What's up, guys? It is Joe, the New Jersey Devils admin. It's Sunday, June 21st, Father's Day, about 3:40 in the afternoon. Last night, I made this post like about 12 hours ago. I'm sure none of you have really even seen it yet. But it was the percentages that each team has to win the lottery. As you can see, I'm the only team with 2 picks in the top 14. So everybody still held on to their first round picks. Actually, I think the St. Louis Blues have like 4 or 5 first round picks, but they're all like outside the top 14. So they should have a pretty good draft with all those picks if they can pick the right players, and hopefully some people drop for them. A lot of these teams, they're all built kind of for the future, I would say. All of them, I can't not think of a team that's not built for future success. So should be pretty interesting to see how it goes. A lot of teams actually ended up tanking, which, I mean, I guess that's their choice, but I felt like actually some of these teams could have had a solid chance at contending in the playoffs, but to each their own. I drafted with the mentality of being pretty bad. I didn't expect to be this bad, but I guess that works out in my favor in the end because I'll at least end up with Jack Eichel, which isn't that bad at all. Anyway, we're going to be using the website draftlotto.com. We use this for, okay, apparently I can't type today. There we go. Alright, so we're going to generate the draft order. This allows us to put in the 14 teams. I couldn't find any other website that like manually let us put in the names for each team, but here it is. So what we're going to do, we're going to put all the team names in here first, 1 through 14, exactly like how it was on that post. The only bad thing about this website is you can't use half a ball, so we'll be multiplying everything by 10. So instead of 13.5%, you'll have 135 balls. So everything should come out to 1,000 once I put it into the simulator. This obviously is going to make the video a lot longer than it needs to be, but this is the most fair way for everybody to see how it will be done. Probably should have wrote this down on a piece of paper so I don't have to keep going back and forth, but it is what it is. I'm actually doing the lottery today because my grandfather passed away on Friday, so this really was just a convenient time for me to just get it out of the way with that way. Because I'm not going to be around at all for like the next 2 or 3 days. Be with the funeral and everything, but at least we have the draft to look forward to on Friday, which I'm pretty excited for. Wondering who my Devils are going to get in the real life draft. There's actually one player I really want that I hope falls to them, but we shall see. I'm not going to say his name because I know some owners will obviously get mad, and I know some owners actually get mad when people write mock drafts and whatnot, so I'm not going to be that guy. But also, maybe he has a chance of falling to 10 at me, which I would probably laugh at all of you if he did, but you guys are pretty smart, so I highly doubt that would happen. Alright, so we're going to type in, we're going to go one by one, type in all these balls, and as I said, they should come out to 1,000. I'm sure my typing is actually pretty loud, which I'm sure is really great for all of your ears. Speaking of Philadelphia, we have an owner that's going to end up taking them over. I'm not sure if all of you know or not, but he actually ended up stepping down. So once we get the guy to sign up for the website and take over his team, we'll be back to 30 active GMs. I think we've only had about 5, around 5, I think it's 5 or 6 people that have dropped out, but we've replaced them, and the people that have dropped out have just they didn't, half of them didn't even like end up responding to us at all. They just ended up not coming on the website anymore. So we're gonna name this the Far Down Entry Draft Season 1. And here we're gonna leave the number 1 at randomly drawn, and the rest will just follow the default order. I would definitely recommend this website for any of you that have to do a lottery still in any of your other leagues that you may be running or that you're in. I feel like this is the fairest way to do it, and it's pretty much the clearest way to do it too, I feel like, because it allows everybody to see exactly how it's done. Even though it may be longer than you'd like it to be, but I feel like this is the fairest way to do it. So without further ado, we are going to run the lottery right now. And hopefully, I get McDavid. And the winner is... Yes! Holy shit. Finally, fuck. Alright. So, everything stays exactly the way it is. Wow, I'm actually pretty happy right now. Which I probably should not be happy, considering it's just a sim league. But this is like the 4th or 5th league that I've had a top 5 pick in, and I have not won the lottery in any of them. So I'm pretty pumped right now. Well, actually, the New York Rangers GM here is the Winnipeg Jets GM in OGSHL, and I actually finished last in that league as well, and he finished second to last in that league as well, and he actually ended up winning the lottery last time. So it's nice to be on the opposite side. And it's ironic that we're both named Joe, so I find that pretty cool. But yeah, there's still, I mean, this is probably the best draft I think I've personally seen, and this is probably going to be the best draft that I've personally seen. There's just so much talent. Like, some of the guys that are going to be picked, I would say like around even like 10th, may have been like a top 5, like a top 3 pick last year's draft. I'm not really too high on Sam Reinhart. I know some people are and aren't, but especially with Jack Eichel being there, he's probably going to be second line duties now. So we'll see how that goes. But well, I'm actually pretty happy right now. But yeah, there's just, especially with a lot of the international players, they're really good, like Rantanen and all them. But we'll see how it goes and everything. Provorov, I mean, it's just the amount of international talent I feel like is really good in this year's draft, but the amount of North American talent as well is just crazy right now. And the USHL actually has quite a lot of players, I would say, that are going to be picked fairly high compared to recent years, which is a good thing, being that I'm from America and everything. I kind of like to see hockey growing here and whatnot, but in next year's draft, I think Austin Matthews might be as good as Connor McDavid, which I know some people are not going to believe that, but I think if he was in this draft, he might actually be second overall, and Jack Eichel would be third overall, but you never know. And next year, there's, I don't even know how to say his name, Paul Jujarvi, something like that, but he could also be the first overall pick next year, but of course, I always have my eyes set for the following year, and I can't really enjoy winning this right now, but it should be a good road. The playoffs start tomorrow, on Monday. I think it's going to be Minnesota and Buffalo in the finals, but you never know. I could see Minnesota and Dallas in the conference finals, and the East is just such a toss-up. Buffalo might not even be in the conference finals, but they're obviously the strongest team there, I would say, in the East. I mean, their team is just loaded up front, and especially now that they have Rask. Rask has been playing well after starting off pretty badly for him, but wow. Anyway, so once again, we'll have the details posted for when the drafts will be and whatnot, being that we started our league, I think, in the middle of December or January or something like that. We're a little bit behind schedule, but it's a long off season, so we'll be able to fit everything in and get a preseason in there with the new ratings that you guys all saw posted. Our ratings are the only package right now that you can download from Simon T himself for free, so that's pretty good news for us. It means we're doing something right. I know that there's a little bit of nitpicking here and there with the stats. I mean, half the people that are nitpicking it, obviously you want your player to have the best ratings possible, but you also have to look at the bigger picture and compare everybody to each other. So that's what it is. We have a few documents that we're going to have posted on the site. This document right here is going to be replaced with the entry draft document. So all you'll have to do is click that. It'll pull up the entry draft and you'll be able to see the players that were picked in the real life NHL. We're going to keep it all in one doc so that you can refer to that when the lottery is going on and whatnot. And that'll be there. And then we'll have a link like this for where it says draft doc. We'll have a link for that for the relegation doc that will show all the players that are being exposed. And I just want everybody to know that in order to trade, you have to have your list finalized. So basically, we'll have a post. You'll post in there with who you want. I think it's already posted on the website. I think Kyle put it up there. All you'll have to do is just reply to it with your 7, 10, or 13 drops, whatever category you fall in. And once you post that, you can change it as long as you want, but you can't change it once you make a trade. So once you make that list, make sure it's your final list, because once you make a trade, you can't change that at all. And you cannot trade anybody that is on that list. So that's just a reminder. I know a lot of people were a little confused about it, but I think that should clear everything up. If not, feel free to message me and I'll try and get back to you whenever I can. Hopefully you guys are all having a good Father's Day. I'm only 22, so thankfully I don't have a kid yet. Not ready for that, but shit happens. I doubt any of you even saw this post, but it's there. So I'll get this video posted onto YouTube. It's about 3:50 right now, so should be on YouTube within about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how long it's taking to render. Especially on a Sunday, I don't know how loaded the servers are on YouTube or not, but should be up there in about 15 minutes, and I'll post the link on the website once it's fully uploaded to let you guys all see it and whatnot. If any of you have any questions, feel free to post underneath the video or message me again, like I said before. Playoffs are going to be, the West and the East are going to play one game a day. That way we can just end it kind of quicker than normal, rather than doing one game for the East and one game for the West and it taking 14 days for one round. It'll just be 7 days if it goes for 7 games, obviously. We're going to do a break in between each round. So say round 1 ends on, let's pull up the calendar. So round 1 would end the 27th, the 28th of Sunday. And then we would have no games simmed on the 29th, and round 2 would then begin on the 30th. That's, of course, if it goes to Game 7. So basically any day that it ends one round, you'll have off the next day to set your lines and whatnot. And then the following day after that is when we'll continue simming. So I'm pretty sure if every series goes the full 7 games, we're looking at it ending around the 20th. I would think the 20th to the 23rd, somewhere in that area. It should end around at the latest if every series goes 7. So yeah, so we'll probably look at the relegation draft sometime, probably maybe August 1st. We'll do it, and then maybe before that, I'm not too sure, but we'll get those dates finalized for everybody. We would like everything to be done sometime early September. That way we can have about a month of preseason action or so. Give people some time to adjust their lines and whatnot, especially with the new ratings, and get some trades in. Once again, the only teams that can trade right now are the teams that are out of the playoffs. So these 14 teams here can be trading right now. Just have to have your relegation drops posted. And once you get eliminated, you are then eligible to trade. The trades will be posted on the site. You can both accept them, but they won't be processed until the playoffs are officially over. But they're obviously finalized. They just can't be like the rosters can't be adjusted until the season's over. So that's what we mean by processing. But any other questions, post underneath the video. Hope you guys liked the video, and I hope some of you have some draft plans. I like to see some trades at the deadline and whatnot. Well, at the draft, sorry. Feel free, like if it's your pick at the draft, feel free to announce who you're going to pick if you're looking to move the pick. I know some people don't like that, but when it's your turn to pick, feel free to go ahead and say, look, I'm going to take this guy. If anybody wants to pick, contact me before I take them. We're going to be giving everybody 4 hours per pick, so it should do about 5 picks a day for each round. So the entry draft should really only take about, well, it's going to be structured 6 days per round. That way it gives people time to trade and whatnot. But you don't have to pick in that time slot. Obviously, you can pick earlier if it's your turn or not. So we'll have everything finalized once again, and hope you guys all had a good day. Enjoy.